Hello and welcome to the Creative Kobold. I'm Gyra. Today we are having a look at the Behemoth by Gifted Vision for their Dungeon Crawler Miniatures line. This miniature, if you can call it that, is a pricey one at $210, but it is the only pre-painted option available for the Tarrasque. So let's get into it. The Behemoth is a very nice sculpt. You can clearly see all the details in it. It has these very nice armor plates, like natural armor plates, growing out through parts of its body. And you can see it goes down on its back and all the way down on its tail. And throughout that whole area, there is this ridge of like butted spikes that you can see. Looks like they have seen a lot of use over perhaps hundreds or thousands of years, as some are broken, some are not, often a bit butted. The tail ends in this sort of spiked mace, which would probably either crush or impale anything it hits. On its head, it has these two nice large horns coming out from the side, sort of like a D&D Black Dragon. In addition, it has some minor horns on top of that. And there are several other spikes coming out through its face as well. Speaking of the face is quite highly detailed, and I very much like that. And that maw can literally hold a miniature or two. It is huge. The paint job is okay, nothing too extravagant. You got a black base with a red dry brush on the skin and a light gray on the horns and the natural armor pieces, and also the teeth and such. In addition to that, there are the yellow eyes with a black slit for the pupils, and there are light gray claws and strips of armor on the hands. Now, I will mention that there are a few of those same bits of armor that seems to be unpainted with the gray, and that is easily remedied. And as with any pre-painted miniature, you will see that some of the various colors bleeds into parts where they shouldn't be. That is kind of inevitable when it comes to pre-painted miniatures. I really like the texture of the skin on this one. It really makes it seem like there is flesh on it, like it is skin. And you got all these folds and such. It looks like an old creature. It also has some of these boils or warts on it. And you can see how battle worn it looks just on the armor pieces. Again, with the spikes running down. It looks like it has seen hundreds or thousands of battles and still stands. Overall, this is a very, very nice miniature. I'm super happy with it. I would wish that the paint job was a little bit better, but you know, for pre-painted stuff, that is usually what you get anyway. So it's not really a hard critique, just more that my standard is generally a bit higher than your average pre-painted paint jobs. I'm still fine to use this as is, for that matter. I might paint it up at some point, just touch it up a bit, but overall I'm happy with how it looks. It also comes with this extra tongue part, this huge super long, veiny, lashing tongue that ends in this sort of grabby, tentacled end part, obviously meant to grasp whatever it hits. Now, personally, I'm not too fond of this. I do like the idea of it, but it's sort of like with the old colossal red dragon, which comes with the huge fire spewing out of its mouth, which you can remove. I feel this is very similar. I don't generally use that at my table because it sort of just gets in the way and it looks like it's always spewing fire, or in this case, it always has its tongue out. However, if you want to use it, I mean, it's a cool piece, definitely. Though, as you can see, mine definitely needs some time in some boiling water so that it doesn't stick down beneath the base, because that sort of makes it a bit useless. I will say that the miniature is very, very heavy. So keep that in mind. It is one of the heaviest miniatures I have. So this is a solid piece of plastic. Overall, I'm very happy with this. You can get, as I said, the Kickstarter exclusive paint job, which I believe is the same price. And you can also get it unpainted. So if you want to paint it yourself, you can get it a bit cheaper. I'll also mention that there are more miniatures in the Dungeon Crawler Miniatures line, all of which are pre-painted, but you can also get them unpainted, so you have the option yourself. Now, I do prefer this design over the classic or official D&D Tarrasque design. It is clearly meant to be a Tarrasque miniature, even though it's named differently and has a different design. I prefer this one. I think it's a much better design. That's my opinion personally. And I think it's the right size for a Tarrasque miniature as well. I have seen a lot of smaller versions that just don't live up to the greatness of the Tarrasque. So, that's the Behemoth by Gifted Vision for their Dungeon Crawler Miniatures line. So, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.